have like a small-ish stack. I'm running a tight ship this week, and just going to talk about a few things. But my picks for you this week, my pick of the week and my little mention on the side are like just two great albums that are stoner rock at its finest. My pick for you this week is Fumanchu, and this is Godzilla's Eaten Dust +4, 2 LPs on white and neon green vinyl, and the +4 here is pretty exciting. Well, it's the most popular release. Godzilla's Eaten Dust is like the most popular release in Fumanchu, believe it or not, 29-year career, their history of recording music. It's a combination of what were originally two distinct 10-inch albums, Godzilla in 1997 and Eaten Dust in 1999. Last year, Scott Hill, who's the vocalist and guitar player for Fumanchu, found the original tapes from the Godzilla recording sessions, and those were actually produced by the multi-talented and impossibly handsome Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age and Eagles of black metal or whatever, and Caius, you know, the guy is just amazing. But anyway, he produced those sessions, and anyway, these extra songs, there are early versions of Grendel, Snowman, Strolling Astronomer, and Urethane, whose final versions appeared on 1997's The Action Is Go. And there's cover of Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak on here, but it's different to the version which was released on a 7-inch in 1998. Anyway, these songs just line up perfectly with the original track list, and it has, you know, crowd pleasers like the Blue Oyster Cult cover, cover of the classic Blue Oyster Cult Godzilla. You know, it's always a big crowd pleaser for Foo. And let's see, they've got Eaten Dust, Mongoose, and Mongoose was actually featured in a Super Bowl commercial for Toyota. And it's also been included in TV series Sons of Anarchy and the film Boondock Saints 2 and The Hot Chick. So anyway, this vinyl packaging has these 2 LPs pressed on white and neon green vinyl, and it's also been remastered. So great stuff. I feel like Fu Manchu could kind of now be considered like the elder statesman of stoner rock, you know, that sort of was coming in the 90s, and with bands like White Zombie and Monster Magnet and Fu Manchu, of course. But wow, this is just like a great thing. This was great listening today. So that's my pick. And following hot on the heels of that, my mention to you is, in fact, Rob Zombie. And this is the Lunar Injection Kool-Aid Eclipse Conspiracy. Boy, that's a mouthful. This is on Nuclear Blast America. It comes to you on red with black and white splattered vinyl. And you know, gosh, Rob Zombie is such an icon in the world of rock music and filmmaking, and he's continuously challenged his audiences, and he stretches the boundaries of both music and film, and he's actually been super successful in both of those. You know, he's sold over 15 million albums worldwide, and he's like the only real artist to experience like unprecedented success in both music and film as a writer-director of 8 feature films. I just didn't really realize that. And, you know, worldwide gross totaling like something like 150 million, you know, he's super successful. But anyway, this is a classic Zombie album through and through. If you love Rob Zombie and his kind of just dirty, get down rock and roll, you're going to love this. And, you know, just the high energy rages, but you know, there's a lot of kind of really great musicianship on this record too. So I'm loving it. Both of these two, it was just like a great week for good old stoner rock. So anyway, my pick and my mention. So anyway, let's get on with the list and keep this moving. So, okay. All right. Let's get started. The first one up here is A Winged Victory for the Sullen. This is Invisible Cities. It's on the Artificial Pine Arch Manufacturing label. This is just new age. It's very spectacular, very emotive body of work here, and it's on beer orange vinyl. Next up, we have Arab Strap. This is Philophobia. This is on Chemical Underground. And it's the second studio album by this Scottish indie rock band, Arab Strap. It was originally released in 1998. It's the first ever US vinyl release for this. And gosh, there's a download included. And over 2 days, decades later, it really still sounds relevant. So that's kind of an exciting thing to have that finally on vinyl here in the US. Okay, next up, this is Baby Boys Threesome. This is on Grand Jury. And this is the debut album from this trio of producers and multi-instrumentalists. They bring a real wealth of like songwriting and performing and production experience into this kind of real high energy experimental sort of pop record. It's an indie exclusive and it's on baby pink vinyl. Next up, this is Big Sean, and this is Detroit 2. It's 2 LPs. It's on the Good Music label. Detroit 2, it's like a long-awaited successor to Detroit, which came out in 2012. So Big Sean's fourth career mixtape features A-listers like Nipsey Hussle and Travis Scott, Stevie Wonder, Lil Wayne, and a solid list of Detroit rappers. So that's finally out after, quite some time of waiting. Next up, this is Jane Birkin. This is Dee Doo Da. It's on the Fontana label, and it's a 1973 reissue of her debut solo album. A-listers are like Serge Gainsborough and jazz orchestral Svengali Jean-Claude Vanier. 180 gram in an expanded gatefold, providing English and French lyrics, and a new interview with Jane. Okay, then we've got Cabaret Voltaire, and this is Shadow of Funk. This is on the Mute label. This is a follow-up to Shadow of Fear. This is on limited edition Curaçao or Curacao. It's like that liqueur, that blue Curacao, blue Curaçao. I don't know how you say it, but anyway, it's that blue vinyl. And it includes a download code as well. And, it's just Cabaret Voltaire. It's just these, real mechanical, rhythmic, repetitious beats. And boy, they just do it really, really well. A very industrial sound, but great stuff. Okay. This is Alice Coltrane. This is Huntington Ashram Monastery. This is on the Impulse label. This was recorded in 1969 after her great debut. And this is an album that ranks right near the top of the amazing legacy of music that Alice Coltrane left us. It's playing piano and wielding her harp in a magnificent trio featuring Ron Carter on bass and the wonderful and sadly recently passed away Rashid Ali on drums and percussion. This is one of those records that's been nearly impossible to track down for years. You can get it now. Okay, this is DJ Muggs, the Black Goat, Dies Occidendum. This is on Sacred Bones. And Dies Occidendum, it's a mythical voyage across fog-laden, scorched earth terrain from the original friar of dark hip-hop, DJ Muggs, the Black Goat. So anyway, he's like known and revered he's the sonic mastermind behind Cypress Hill and his own Soul Assassins. And so he, as just kind of, this is like an illuminated manuscript of sorts. It's a very immersive and instrumental soundtrack. It's mixing ingredients of psych rock and gypsy folk with modern elements of trap and, his usual kind of sonic grime. So this is, another thing that, he's just a macabre kind of an artist, but this is on red vinyl. It includes a digital download, and there you go for that one. Next up, this is Dead Poets Society, and the title of the album is this symbol, like whatever that is. I don't know how you say it, but it's on Spine Farm, and they formed in 2015 and making music that is both very genre, defining and defying. This musical landscape, it runs like heavy riff-driven songs to very beautiful ballads. It's kind of goes across the board that way. This, their signature sound is created by fretless guitars and very extraordinary vocals of Jack Underculfer. This is their debut record. And then we have Deep Sea Diver Impossible Weight on our beloved ATO label. And this is a new pressing of this. It's on seafoam green vinyl. This is the third full length from Deep Sea Diver. It's a work of very, like, really sublime highs and mesmerizing lows. It's its restless intensity is both unsettling and transcendent. It's co-produced by band leader Jessica Dobson and Andy D. Park. The album's lush textures on this, very mercurial arrangements, they really reveal limitless imagination of these two, and especially her guitar work, which you may know her. She played lead guitar for Beck and the Shins. She's like done that for both of those. But anyway, it really, her guitar playing also very much so illuminates the real power of her vocals. So mint green vinyl, nice. Seafoam green, sorry, same kind of thing, but wonderful. Okay, the next, this kind of a little chunky box here. This is a Roberta Flack, and this is called First Take. It's the 50th anniversary deluxe edition of this, and it's on Atlantic. It's 2 CDs and 1 LP on this set. And it's newly remastered version of the original album on CD and vinyl, plus very rare B-sides and 12 previously unreleased recordings. It's limited edition of 3,000 copies. And, you know, she really enjoyed her initial gratification with her debut. But the album came out in 1969, but it didn't reach #1 until 1972 because at the time, a Clint Eastwood film called Play Misty for Me came out, and the song First Time Ever I Saw Your Face was featured in this, like, really, you know, great scene in that movie. So that's kind of what, you know, catapulted people to start noticing this record, and that's when she finally was able to enjoy the success of it. And that topped the singles chart for 6 weeks in 1972 before it won Grammy Award for Record of the Year in 1973. So sometimes it just takes a little while. Next up here is this is the big boy this week. This is Gang of Four, and this is 77 to 81. This is 6 LPs on Matador. This is a stunning limited box set. Gathers Gang of Four's very influential early work. It contains Entertainment and Solid Gold, both stellar records from this band, both remastered from the original analog tapes here. An exclusive singles LP and an exclusive double LP of the never officially released Live at American Indian Center in 1980. Additionally, the package includes 2 new badges, a C90 cassette tape compiling 26 never before issued outtakes, and rarities and studio demos from Entertainment and Solid Gold, and an epic 100-page full-color hand-bound book. And this is heavy. But anyway, look at that. There you go. Gang of Four. Wonderful. Then we have, okay, this is new from Lake Street Dive. It's called Obviously. It's on None Such. And this is the 3rd album on the None Such label, but I believe it's like their 6th or 7th of them as a band. Anyway, they've got like this wide-ranging taste of rock, R&B, jazz, and they really, you know, it all comes together. Rachel Price has like these beautiful, clear, and wonderful vocals, and they're now a 5-piece. They've got a keyboard player now who hasn't been. They've been 4 apart from now the new record. Anyway, very contemporary in attitude, but you know, very. That she's got that jazzy kind of tinge to her voice, and it's just a real beautiful vocal here. This is indie exclusive on white vinyl. Okay, then this is Lil Tecca, Virgo World on cassette. I don't know where the vinyl is for this, but here you go. And it's on the Galactic Records Lil Tecca label. It's the debut studio album from American rapper Lil Tecca. Okay, now we've got Charles Lloyd and the Marbles, and this is Tone Poem, 2 LPs. This is actually on the Blue Note Tone Poet series, and this is the 3rd album by Charles Lloyd and the Marbles. The Marbles. It's a very genre-straddling quintet that features a master saxophonist, who he is, with Bill Frisell on the guitar, Greg Lace on steel pedal guitar, Reuben Rogers on bass, and Eric Harland on the drums. So there's 9 tracks here, and they include new Lloyd originals along with pieces by Ornette Coleman, Thelonious Monk, Leonard Cohen, Gabor Spazbo, and Bola de Neve. This is Blue Note Tone Poet series. It features all analog, remastered 180-gram vinyl in a deluxe gatefold package. So man, they're just like kicking it with that Tone Poet series. All good stuff that keeps coming out of there. This now is Madness, Our House. This is on the BMG Rights label. Madness were like one of the, leading bands of the UK ska revival and in the late 70s and early 80s. And, as their career progressed, they sort of branched away from their trademark kind of nutty, zany image and sound. And they started incorporating large elements of Motown and soul British pop to their songwriting. It just got more sophisticated. And, they did enjoy an American hit with Our House, but really they are just kind of a national treasure, I would say, in Britain. They just had such a bunch of smash hits over there. This brings you 12 of the very best songs. Things like, if you are familiar with them, it's got like Night Boat to Cairo, Our House, It Must Be Love, House of Fun, plus their most recent single called Bullington Boys. So that's kind of a very best of here from Madness. Okay, now this is Nothing Nowhere, Trauma Factory. This is on Fueled by Ramen through WIA, and Nowhere's an American singer, rapper, and songwriter. So this is the 4th studio album. All right, now we've got Roosevelt, Polydans. This is on City Slang, and this is a celebrated producer, DJ, songwriter, and electronic musician. This album serves a kind of love letter to dance music, with him embracing his musical history and experience, love of the genre, you could say, reconnecting with these nuances that, make dance music really fun and truly alive. And this is limited edition, red vinyl, and it contains a booklet and a download code. All right, now we have The Roots, Do You Want More? This is the deluxe edition on DGC Geffen Records. This is the 2nd studio album by American hip-hop band The Roots. It was released in 1995. This is the band's major label debut. It was released 2 years after their independent debut album Organics, which was put out in 1993. But Do You Want More has been considered by critics as a classic of hip hop and jazz. And this deluxe version has got this is 4 albums in here. And they've just, got all kinds of alternate versions and mixes. So, if you're a person that makes your own music and you like to sample stuff, not a bad choice. All right, and this one here is Routine. And Routine is called And Other Things EP. This is on Coke bottle, clear vinyl, on Dead Oceans. And, when the COVID-19 pandemic started, Chastity Belt's Annie Truscott, I believe she's the bass player in Chastity Belt, she sort of, kind of had the rug pulled out from under her because her plan had been to join her partner, J. Sams Molina Duterte, as a violinist on tour. And anyway, that scrapped everything. It's like, a privilege that normally isn't enjoyed by them because of their conflicting schedules and being on the road. And so, it's just kind of going to be a cool thing for them, and it didn't happen. So anyway, Routine was born of this disappointment, and it's like Truscott and Duterte's collaborative project. It's a glimpse of the creative possibilities that can emerge after a state of defeat. So that's kind of what this record's all about. It was written and recorded over the course of a month in Joshua Tree, California. It's very lush debut. It finds them trying new roles in different ways that they approach music and play instruments and things. So really pretty cool, and on the Coke bottle vinyl. Okay, now this is Tindersticks. Oops, got it upside down for you. This is Distractions. It's also on City Slang, and this is a follow-up to 2019's No Treasure But Hope. And, it's everything that is familiar about the Tindersticks, but it sounds very fresh again. This is, I guess, after the last record, No Treasure But Hope, they were already considering moving in a different direction, but you know, they do have their unmistakable sound. But anyway, this sounds very fresh and new. It was released through City Slang on February. But Distractions is an album of subtle realignments and connections from a restless, intuitive band. So this was out in February, but it only just got in here. So that's that. All right, you guys. So that was it. Running a tight ship this week. Just a small pile of vinyl for you. I hope that there's something in there that you're going to enjoy, but really can't recommend that Fumanchu